in Disneyland with Atlas. He has been here nearly 2 weeks now, and he is getting ready to move over to the Coco intro cage with Ricardo to meet foster mums. So he'll be in the intro cage for at least a week just to get used to the feeding cage in there, as it's quite different to the training feeding cage, and for the troop to get used to him and him to get used to the troop. So it's just him at the moment, as Ricardo's just finishing his quarantine, but we're just trying to get him to do some climbing and some jumping, and just exploring what there is. Hi. Even though we've got more teeth, we're still not that keen on food, as by the food plate, which isn't. Atlas is just growing in confidence with his climbing. We're hoping that Ricardo can encourage him to climb, as he only goes up on that smaller branch there. He does love to be on the top of the feeding cage as well, but we're hoping once he gets a friend, they'll be able to climb together, obviously, because we don't climb, at least not these trees, so. We do just have a juvenile bandit just outside Disneyland, which is what Atlas is interested in. Atlas has just been given some grass by Regina, and he's not too sure what to do with it or what it is, but he certainly likes playing with it. He's still not eating proper food yet. He's just drinking his milk, but we would give grass to our intro cage monkeys, and obviously in the troop they would have grass, so it will become a normal food for him. And it's filled with lots of good nourishment, so we're hoping that he does want to try it, but at the moment he is more interested in what's going on outside of Disneyland. Have some grass. No, he obviously has decided that he would rather bounce around in it instead. And drink some water.
Well, here we have little Ricardo. If you remember, he was handed in via Polokwane. We're really not too sure of the circumstances yet, so very difficult to get any information how this little one became an orphan. But fortunately looks in good health and no problem. And of course adapting to the feeding cage very, very quickly, because we're trying to get these little ones out to foster moms as soon as possible. It's very, very important with the amount that's already come in, just to get some of them out before they're a little bit too old. And also at this younger age, the foster moms seem to be attracted to them a lot more. So of course, as you all know, learning the feeding cage is one of the most important things, and then climbing around and just seeing their surroundings and what they have to do. So Ricardo's doing very, very well. So he'll be part of a group that's actually going to meet the foster moms. It's actually just a meeting. It's not really an introduction. So there's two processes. There's a meeting where we take them down just to play in the intro cage, and slowly get used to the larger monkeys and other monkeys around, so that it's not such an extremely frightening procedure when it happens just out the blue. So they will spend a couple of days beforehand, not necessarily going to the foster mothers that they should be, or to the intro cages that they should be finally, but this is just a meeting of let's say larger monkeys so that they can get used to what's going up on and not scare themselves. Well, looks like little Ricardo is a little bit impatient, and he says, I'm not waiting for you to introduce me to others. I'm going to introduce myself. And here some of the bandits just come down to inspect and see what's going on. These are normally the juveniles. They're the naughtiest of the whole bunch. So juveniles will basically come out and explore. They're the ones that always cause mischief and try and have a look if there's something naughty that they can basically do or get up to in the process. And of course they've always got the backup of mom, because they still have that age where they can go screaming to their mother and say, so and so picked on me, just like in little humans. So if you try to do something to them, they're very quick to call mom and bring her on the scene. But just as naughty teenagers, they're trying to look for some mischief in the meantime.
Hey baby, who's that? Is that a monkey friend? Yeah?
That's also the reason we have the smaller, what we call chicken wire mesh on the door, because we have had that rare occasion where the little one's tail gets too close and a naughty little juvenile decides that's a good thing to tug on, and of course very traumatic for the little baby in the end of the day. So these are things we learn over time and things you have to adapt to just because of some of their behavior. Well, here we have a little Anita. You did meet her earlier in a previous episode. Her mother was shot not very much longer after we got her, so I don't know if the shooters are the one that actually realized there's a little infant, which actually does happen, because unfortunately the laws in South Africa don't make any provision for social animals and their babies at all. It is something we're busy fighting on. But you can see how much smaller and younger she actually looks than Ricardo. But sometimes it's just nice to have another furry friend.
Slowly, baby. So on the left we have little Anita. No, on the right we have little Anita. And on the left we have Baba number 2. And we're still waiting on a name for him. Anita arrived only last night. She's barely about 9 days old. Sadly, her mom was shot. Baby number 2, playing a bit on the climbing frame. And little Anita saying, if my brother can do it, I can too. This is Anita exploring the comic frame. It's little Anita and the food plate, deciding whether she's going to eat something or not. She's got a bit of apple.
Can you believe it? The foundation has reached the 30-year mark, and of course it's time for a revamp, as these enclosures are starting to show their age, and of course the escapees are getting more and more clever. So if you'd like to get involved, please share the link, make donations where you can, help us spread the word. It's a big project we're undertaking, but vitally necessary to make sure all the animals in our care are kept as comfortably and as safe as possible. Thank you, and thank you for your support.
So today we have Anita and Ricardo moving into Disneyland with Atlas, as we've got 2 new babies coming who are going to need Neverland. So what we're going to do first is let Atlas out, and we'll just open up the blanket and let them see each other for a bit, and then we'll let them out. We're hoping that Atlas will play really nicely with Ricardo. And Darby, one of our volunteers from America, is just opening up the crate. Hi. Hello. What we're going to do is we're going to see if he shows any interest in Anita and Ricardo. There they are. Hi. He's in a new place today. Hey. Alice, are you going to come meet them? Who's this? There we go. So I think Atlas is happy. So we're going to go ahead and open the crate. So Ricardo will probably jump out, but I don't think Anita has long enough legs yet. You gonna say hello? We're a bit unsure. Hi, do you want to come out? So we have Ricardo and Atlas over there. Atlas has a lot bigger ears than Ricardo, and he is slightly bigger, even though he is younger than Ricardo.
Do you want to come out? Do you want to come out, honey? No? You want to stay there for a second? Come on, honeys. Hi, Ricardo. Hello.
So Anita seems to be probably the most confident one, even though she is at least 4 weeks younger than everybody else.
Hi, baby girl. Look at your new friends. Oh.
Where's he gone?
Here she comes.
They're all a bit nervous, don't know what to do with each other. Go on, Atlas.
Hi, Atlas. Come on. Hi, buddies. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Hi. Wow, Atlas.
So we're hoping now that the boys are together, they will start climbing. Atlas tends to be quite clingy to whoever the person he's with. He won't venture very far, whereas Ricardo is a bit more confident. So we're hoping that they can play together.
She wants to follow them. Okay.
I don't know if you can climb yet, darling.
It's a little bit big, huh?
There is just a tuffle going on in James Street, just across from us. So Anita is a tiny bit scared, I think. Come on, boys.
Ricardo, look at him. Atlas, don't get in that water. Atlas.
Atlas, who is on the floor, still very wary of Anita and Ricardo, but gaining some confidence. But he's still quite unsure of them. He's been in here alone for nearly 2 weeks, just with a human carer, so we can see where that comes from. Whereas Ricardo and Anita have been together since the day after Ricardo arrived. At the moment, they're just playing chase with each other, and Atlas is gaining confidence with going up there. He's just crawling all over me at the moment. You want to go say hello? Go say hello. Anita is on her first day of Disneyland, and already she's climbing much more than Atlas did in the first couple of days that when he got here, even though he is about 3 weeks older than her. She's doing lots of climbing and exploring. Just need to make sure the boys don't knock her off. So we've got Atlas coming now. We just want to make sure that she doesn't fall.
We're now moving over to Coco intercage with the babies. Everyone's going with So here I have Alora and Darby, fallen asleep. And Ricardo and Atlas. Okay, you stay in there, babies. You stay in there. Oh, 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 oh. No, we have to stay in. We have to stay in. We have to stay in. All right. Good job. Where is Darby? Where is the tie, the cable tie for this box?
I don't know. Hugo took the boxes.
You can shove this one. So we're just gonna secure them and cover them so that they don't attract the attention of the bandits. All right, and we are ready to go.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Up to Coco intro cage of 5 little bundles of joy.
Can close the door. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
I'm going into the right foot or the left, please?
The first one. Right.
Okay. So that's Atlas, Alora, and Ricardo. Getting a bit more settled in the intro cage. Lots of interest from troop monkeys. Babies have now settled. Darby took a little bit more time to settle, but is taking a bit of a nap, which is well deserved as he didn't take a nap the first shift or into the second shift of the day. But yeah, babies are enjoying themselves, exploring. They don't seem too fussed by the troop monkeys. Oh, what is that in your mouth? Can you just see? He's put something in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it out.
Where is it?
With the entry cage, that's the only thing initially, is babies put a lot of strange things in their mouth. Everything has been cleaned, but it's probably just a piece of sand.
Yeah.
Can you just put, have you got a spare blanket just to put here? Kind of blinding.
Here? Oh, understand?
Just on the top, yeah.
See what mums are interested in.
So in the feeding cage, we have Laura on the left, Atlas and Ricardo on the right. It's really good for them. Yeah, let's grab some here. Hi. You want some leaves? That is Atlas, Darby at the bottom at the moment, and Alora having a grand old time. And then as we pan across, this is little Ricardo falling asleep while drinking milk. Little Alora.
Well, it's normally the best part of working with these little ones, and the whole rescue is basically once we start introducing them to the foster moms and getting them new moms and trying to get them out. This year just seems to be going extremely fast. We're sort of getting them in and getting them ready to go into their little cages. But this is all just an introduction at the moment, just that they can get used to the moms, which is very, very important. And hopefully we can see which moms are interested in them, and then we can get the introductions going. So all of them have progressed very, very well. Some of them have just met each other, which also seems to be helping a little bit, because as you say, we don't want them too attached to each other. We need them to start thinking about the moms as well. So we'll see how this year goes. So thank you everybody out there for supporting us. Those of you who are becoming members, donating via PayPal, this is what's making it actually all possible. It's very tough during the Christmas period, especially this year. We're very low on hands-on, very low with volunteers, which is a big problem for us at the moment. So everybody's working extreme hours, and of course it's quite hot out here in South Africa, which also doesn't make it easy at all. So for all of those that can't volunteer, thank you for your donations. Thank you for supporting us. It also makes it possible. It makes the work a little bit easier. And also the encouragement that we get from you all also does help us quite a bit. It's just nice to see so many lovely people out there. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And until the next video, see you then.